The lights come on when I show up around sunrise and note the $95 an hour software engineers wandering in until 9:15. Those who are latest to the game will walk out around 3 after they've gotten back from a hearty 90-minute lunch. Life is amazing when your time card is on the honor system. The day officially commences 2 hours after my arrival with an all-hands stand-up meeting that is held directly beneath two ceiling-mounted white noise generators. A few months ago, the management found some new kind of compression algorithm which allowed them to overcrowd a double complement of 50 IT workers into lines of desktops where there once stood a majestic expanse of cubicles for 25. Leg room under the shelves is a little tight, so the adjustable standing desk became a ubiquitous presence, and there are many times a day that I'm loomed over by my neighbors. There's the tap, 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 chamber door water torture of a ping-pong table and a half. The full-size green table is over by the copier, and games normally run from after lunch to closing time. They got started at 10:30 today because there aren't any supervisors here. There's a rectangular office table to my northeast with a small net stretched across it in case there's too big of a wait over at Wimbledon. Sometimes I have to look up because it sounds like there are 8 Forrest Gumps having a tournament. From the gentleman on the left, I get to hear business deals, apartment rentals, and used car transactions, and it looks like he's suing somebody based on the amount of time he spends looking at PDFs of depositions. This man is helping his sister in Oregon build a house, and he's reviewing blueprints. It's pretty easy to run your own business when you do it for 7 hours a day while someone else is paying you. And this man has his own assistant, who pulls in the narrow space between our desks and stares, all the time. There's no way for me to write my angry poems at work because his face blocks half the screen. He likes to select a squeeze from the many blemishes on his greasy face, pause for a moment to roll out the bloody white extract, and then plunge his fingers into a communal bowl of cashews. My former assistant, who worked out of the main office and never quite figured out what needed to be done, called to tell me about something that just sucks. He said that the job offer where I provided him a good testimonial is only offering an $85,000 a year probationary salary, which is a joke for 22-year-old former interns like himself. Those venture capital jerks expected him to start right away without sending him a welcome letter, so he decided to pass while he keeps living with mom and dad who bought him a BMW. He said this is the last time he applies for any position that expects to speak to 2 references. Across the aisle in front of me, Norman Rockwell has a whiteboard, camera, 3D printed knickknacks, and some kind of fancy special order thin retina monitor so he can design a user experience for our online customers. Our key demographic uses 60-pound square tube VGAs with tubes in them. Since he got here this morning, he has spent 4 hours editing high-definition video of employee ping-pong games, which are held directly in front of whiteboards containing confidential information. The girl next to him is buying dresses online. She is being groomed for management. Toward the middle of the day, from behind come the foam plastic darts with the pop-pop-popping in a peculiarly high velocity for something that's supposed to be a kid's toy. I have visions of a children's Nerf firing line taking aim at a clockwork orange rack of rabbits being utilized to analyze whether or not the dart impact would cause an eye injury. In a former life, I had my own office. Now, I don't even have a trash can. And as if to complete my existential tableau, a game of chess takes place on a small round table to my southwest as the 7th hour seal is torn from the day. After much jockeying and noise, the pieces on the board are all exhausted from the field. Once again, a very expensive, unproductive, and totally wasteful stalemate ensues. Sometimes on the way out, I perceive a black-clad figure at the opposite side of the board, confessing that he does not need to win games in order to take me to perdition, because I am already there.